5-second tone followed by a 1-second pause.
Okay, gang, let's go.
Back. 7 casting decisions that hurt Voyager and 15 that saved it.
Okay, lay it on me.
One that saved it was casting Roxanne Dawson as B'Elanna Torres.
Really saving it?
Mm-hmm.
Because
I guess
of her?
she was a good character, they thought.
I know initially. This goes into...
She got more depth over time.
I've always said it takes 3 seasons before it actually, something gets good.
Mm-hmm.
And
it took 3.5.
Well,
maybe 4.
Yeah.
And it was over.
I think what really kind of hurt Voyager at the beginning was the Kazon.
Mm-hmm. They were terrible.
So go on with the list.
The worst hairstyles I've ever seen in my life. The one that hurt them was having Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson on,
yes.
even though it was just a cameo.
It was The Rock versus 7 of 9.
What saved Voyager was casting Kate Mulgrew as Captain Janeway.
Oh, yes. If you've ever seen the original Captain...
no argument there.
Yeah, she was
None.
like... You remember her name? I can't think of her name.
Bujold or something like that.
She was about as exciting as a wet
corpse.
noodle.
Yes, she was like a corpse that could talk.
No exciting, but when they got Kate McGrew in there, and she just, she was attractive. She had energy. She was a seasoned actor, feisty. She is Catherine Janeway.
She had more moral, ethical dilemmas than any other captain thrown at her. And she did it. All she needed was her coffee. And she was fine. One other thing that did save the series was casting Susanna Thompson as the Borg Queen, because Alice Krieg was not available. She was the original Borg Queen.
I thought she did good, too.
Susanna just basically was a carbon copy of what Alice did, because they needed her to be the same entity. But she was like, I don't know if she kind of acted like she kind of had the hots for Janeway or something. It was kind of like, ooh. Oh, I totally agree with number 18's point. What hurt this series was Kes, the character of Kes.
She was kind of a weak character.
Yeah, I did not care for her at all.
But how do you feel about they go from Kes and then they bring in 7 of 9? Ba-ba-boom.
Well, let's wait and see if she shows up.
Okay.
Let's see if she shows up. What saved it was casting Robert Duncan McNeil as Tom Paris.
Mm-hmm. Good old Robbie.
And of course, I think this made the entire series was casting Robert Picardo as the emergency hologram doctor.
The doctor.
He is freaking awesome. Just slopping over talent. Now, unfortunately, this next guy is a fantastic actor. He's been in the business as long as Picardo and all them. But they're saying his character hurt the franchise, which is Neelix, Ethan Phillips. And they say he's a phenomenal actor, but he just says that character just didn't bring anything to the table.
What?
He had his moments.
He's the plucky comic relief.
Yeah, but I could see how Tuvok. I felt like how Tuvok felt about him most of the time. They actually said having Harry Kim saved Voyager. I found him to be super annoying. Oh, goody two-shoes Harry Kim.
Yeah, I wasn't really excited for his character. His original character died, and when they had the 2 Voyagers, and then the Voyager from whatever parallel universe got on board. Yeah, so.
Well, here we can talk about it now. What saved the show is the same episode. They got rid of Kes, and they were bringing on board Jerry Ryan as 7 of 9, tertiary unit of Unimatrix 1.
Mm-hmm.
And dadgum, that girl is talented. She can sing, she can dance, she can act, she can be pretty. You kind of just want to slap the crap out of her. But she had a interesting development as her character with Janeway, where she took on like the role of a mentor / mother. Janeway did to 7 of 9, trying to bring her into humanity and kicking and screaming. And I agree with this one, what really hurt Voyager was casting Robert Beltran as Chakotay, and I think it's just the Chakotay character, not Robert Beltran. He was just unneeded. And it was hard to believe that he was that supportive, considering he just came from a bunch of rebels, What did save it is casting Tim Russ as Tuvok. I swear to God, Tim Russ was the most Vulcan I've ever seen. He shut it down when it came to emotions. He had this sarcasm he'd lay out there, but he was just stone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is strange. What they saved it, Anthony DeLongis, Mage Kala. He was one of those guys who went in to get a perm, get a color, and they didn't take the foil out, one of the Kazons.
Yeah.
Apparently he was a good actor. Yeah, now they're saying what hurt this was casting Ed Bailey Jr., but he was only there for 2 episodes because they went back in time to 1990, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Save it.
But, that's the episode where the Doctor gets his his hologram.
Yeah, but so without that episode, he wouldn't be able to move around.
Yeah. And I think that was probably necessary because they probably wanted to get him out of sick bay and instead of being confined in like a fish in a fishbowl.
Yeah. Another thing they said saved it was casting Mark Herlick as Inspector Kashi. I don't remember this episode this guy was in. He played an inspector.
Mm-hmm.
He sort of was a villainous character. Somebody Janeway could have had feelings for but didn't. Another that they said a good move was casting Kurtwood Smith, which is no stranger to the Trek universe, as he's been in some of the movies before as bit parts. Kurtwood Smith was the dad from that 70s show.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good actor. I don't dispute this claim. It's just that the Year of Hell 2-parter was just so
hellish.
Yeah, I couldn't get it. Another thing that hurt it was casting Lori Petty in an episode. She was Tank Girl.
Yeah.
Something that saved it was casting Martha Hackett as Seska. She was an interesting character, Seska.
Yeah, I did like her villainous character.
Something that saved it was that same episode where we had Ed Begley Jr. We had Sarah Silverman.
Mm-hmm.
Something that hurt it was casting Jason Alexander as this alien in a think tank. That was a dumbass episode.
Yeah, it was kind of boring.
Something that always saved it is Susie Plaxton. And every time Susie Plaxton is on an episode of any Star Trek, it's good because she's played the female Q here.
Mm-hmm.
She's played a female half-human Klingon.
Right.
And I think she played one other character. I think she played an Andorian on Enterprise. They just keep bringing her back because she's so good. The guy who was the voice of Chucky was on Voyager very briefly as an, what's that thing that is an empath, a betazoid.
Right.
Brad Dourif as Lon Suter, but he wasn't there very long.
No.
And that's one of the better decisions, and that concludes this list.
Wow, okay. Hey, you've made it to the Spaceboy Universe YouTube channel. Well, while you're here, why don't you click that subscribe button and then click the bell to get notified when new content is available. It's that simple. So it's your duty as a space cadet to do so.